Today we are going to talk about something very beautiful and very precious, the pearl. Do you know what a pearl is?
Yes.
Have you seen one?
Yes.
The pearl is a hard, usually round object that is made inside certain living shellfish. The best quality natural pearls are considered as precious gems and are very expensive to buy. The creation of a pearl starts when foreign material like a grain of sand enters the shellfish while it is breathing or eating. The shellfish gets very irritated and uncomfortable, so the shellfish starts covering the foreign material with a thin layer of nacre. The shellfish keeps doing this over and over, and after a few months or even a few years, the many layers of nacre become a hard object, which we call the pearl. Here is a short video on the creation of a pearl.
A pearl is by an oyster or mollusk quite by accident. Pearl-producing oysters are simple creatures that languish in water and feed on plankton. Occasionally, while the mollusks passively feed, a grain of sand or parasite will lodge itself inside the soft inner body of the oyster, causing its host great discomfort. Unable to expel the intruder, the oyster engages a defense mechanism within its body to protect itself from the intruder. The oyster begins to secrete a smooth, hard, crystalline substance around the intruder in order to protect itself. This substance is calcium carbonate based and is commonly referred to as nacre. As long as the intruder remains within its body, the oyster will continue to deposit nacre around it, layer upon layer. After a few years, the intruder will be totally encased in a smooth and lustrous cocoon of nacre, which has now become a pearl. But how precious pearls are formed from what an oyster regards as merely protection against irritation is one of nature's most prized secrets. For all his technology and science, man is still unable to recreate this phenomenon outside of an oyster. For nacre is not just a soothing substance. It is composed of millions of microscopic crystals, each aligned perfectly so that light passing along the axis of one is reflected and refracted by the other to produce a tapestry of light and color.
The ideal pearl is perfectly round and smooth. Some pearls are oval and other pearls have a teardrop shape. The most common color of pearls is white. Other colors of pearls are pink, silver, cream, gold, green, blue, and black. Here are examples of a white pearl. A cream pearl, and a blue pearl. One of the rarest natural pearl is the black Tahitian pearl. Here is a black Tahitian pearl that my dad and mom bought in Tahiti. We have learned many things about the pearl. We learned that the creation of a pearl starts with something that does not have any value and that is actually irritating and uncomfortable. We learned that it takes a long time to make a pearl. And finally, we learned that in the end, a pearl is something that is very beautiful and worth something that is worth more than all the money in the entire universe. We know this because the Bible says that Jesus had to give his life to buy us back from Satan. There are two questions for us today. First, will we allow Jesus to come into our hearts and into our lives to form us what he wants us to be? Second, will we be patient enough to let Jesus finish his work in us? I sure hope so, because just like the pearl, Jesus can make us into something very beautiful.